Next is from Preston Sharp, and the subject is Vince Russo versus Jim Cornette shoot fight. Sup there, man. Oh, this is that guy, the Sup there, man guy. Sup there, man. I was listening to the latest K100 rehash where these guys spoke about the Vince Russo thing. His real-life feud with Jim Cornette. Their man and stuff and everything. Buddy. You gotta ask you there, man. If these guys ever dig it into a fight, who do you think would kick the Wrestling Otaku out of who and stuff and everything? Russo is a pretty big guy there, man, and stuff and everything. He could turn someone from Johnny podcasting into Johnny Percocet. Cornette talks a big game, almost as big as his wife, there, man. Oh. But is he all talk, or is he just ripping the piss with his tough talk there, man, and stuff and everything? Do you know what I'm saying?
I think to sum that up...
Who would be the realest guy in the room there, man? That's the email.
I think to sum that up, he's asking who would win in a fight between Russo and Cornette.
I don't know.
In his language.
Cornette. This doesn't know how to fight. Are you kidding me?
Get my goals back on a much more...
there you go.
Yeah, on a much more reduced schedule, because that was the great thing about the first season, is it was right in the middle of the peak lockdown where you couldn't do shit. So everybody had fucking 48 hours of free time. So it's like, okay, I could sit here and record a fucking 4-hour episode calling John Wanglin the you-know-what, because he talks like a you-know-what and he looks like one.
Make sure you like, subscribe, give us a review. Nice one, preferably, as well, please. Throw that love on out there. We'd appreciate it.
Too, baby. We can handle it.
Hey, we've gotten worse, right?
Yeah, right.
And probably will get worse at some point.
At some point, Tony Khan, the Book of the Year, is going to get called out over this stuff. What do you think, Disco and Conan? F Wrestling Otaku, you bitch-ass loser, F fat F. F-U-C. I'm not going to say that. This guy doesn't like Kevin Owens.
I also want to say thank you to everyone who's being very patient as I kind of navigate this new world of technology, because I am not tech savvy. So I really did listen to all of your feedback about the sound. So I hope there's no extra feedback, because I'm using headphones today.
But I'm truly speechless, because this is so amazing. We've hit such a milestone to where we are, Mike,
it was Hambone, okay? I was trying to keep this between me and him, trying to keep a secret, okay? I'm sorry. I'm just going to man up here and just tell you, Hambone messaged me and said, are you messaging Mike Durband too many times? Blah, 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 blah. And he's not on Facebook no more, Mike. He only has Messenger, and he's deleted his Messenger. He comes in from time to time and asks me so many fucking questions about Get My Go, you, Joe, and Husey, Rob, and everybody else. So it was Hambone.
Go follow Mike Durband on Twitter and check out Get My Go, the Mike Durband Show. Our friends over there do a really good podcast. Everybody needs to go check them out. Thank you, Mike. Hope you're having a great day today.
What do you got? Boom.
Super limited. Well, Get My Go returned. Week 1 featured Husey. Episode 2 rather of the second season is going to feature Felicia Rose, first ever appearance on Get My Go.
Jeez, could do that, by the way.
What happened to you, Felicia? What are you doing there?
Why is she on that show? She can't be on this show anymore.
Producer Mike Durband requested that she do this episode with us, and she complied.
I am Otaku. We welcome Tizu DZ Wrestling Izo Tizaku Chizeno. Dizis Izis DZ Bizest Wrestling Chizeno Izon Yizu Tizub.
I am Otaku.
Welcome back to Get My Go. This is this is the episode I've been wanting to do for months. I've had this video clipped. I had the person that I wanted to be our special guest for this show in my mind for months now, and after many scheduling conflicts, here we are. We're all three of us are here. We got Joe Feeney, and we are honored to have for the first time on Get My Go the lovely Felicia Rose. Welcome.
Yay! Thank you guys for having me. Thank you for wearing my shirt. Joe, you know I love you. Mike, you know I love you. I fuck with you both it's been years. I've known you both for a really long time now.
Yeah, I was looking up. I had to do a rehash show for Keeping It 100 where I go through the archives and shit, and I put something up with you, and it was like, God damn, that was 3 years ago. It was like from 2018. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's been that long. It's weird. Last year felt like a blackout year, but like, yeah, things have been. Yeah, it's been fucking years. It's crazy.
Yeah. So all Keeping It 100 listeners know who Felicia Rose is. You've done the intro many times. Every time you do it, it's the best because you got that sultry voice. It's nice to hear a woman instead of hearing who do you have on there, Joe?
Well, you've done it a lot.
Yeah, I've done it too many times. I've done it way too many times. I apologize.
Why is Mike doing it when you haven't asked me in so long, Joe? Come on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Felicia, how did you first get in touch with the Keep It 100 crew?
That was actually through my ex. So he would cut promos against Mitch Valentine, and then at one point he asked me to be like a part of one, and or no. I think Mitch talked shit about me. So then I clapped back with my own promo, and I was like, oh, no, hold on. A, I'm the queen of motherfucking promos. B, I'm the fucking princess of pussy. Don't talk about mine in some derogatory manner. And C, I'm going to show you how to do this A to Z really quick. And I think everybody agreed that Mitch was shit and I am the best. So
yeah, they were always Conan's favorites. So
I know I never got too sued, and that was like for me,
You've also been on the 2 years in a row. You've been on the holiday party. We've done it all together.
AKA I just shit talk disco the whole time.
Yeah. For those that don't know who Felicia Rose is, like, how would you describe yourself? Are you a feminist? Like, I don't want to classify you as anything you don't want to be. Yeah, go ahead.
I would say I'm an intersectional feminist. I'm still, as a white woman, I'm still learning every day how to be better and grow. But I would say I'm an intersectional feminist, and I'm a bisexual, queer, very out loud advocate for the LGBTQ community. And I'm also a very pro-sex worker, and also, podcast. So, I wear many hats, but essentially like, fuck you if you think you're going to tell women what to do with themselves.
Yes. And you have your own sex podcast called The Screw, right?
I do. Yes.
Yeah.
It's out everywhere you can find it. And we talk about all sorts of stuff. It's like education / story / smut / me being really high with my co-host and just kind of giggling a lot. But it's pretty entertaining.
Yeah, there's one clip that I heard today. I want to share it with you, Joe, and everybody watching, because everybody's gonna love this. Is this all right, Felicia? Do I have the permission to play this clip?
Yeah, fair usage.
Yeah.
Absolutely. How about that?
I've been masturbating forever, you know what I mean? And a lot of people are like, well, why were you masturbating at a young age? And I didn't necessarily know what it was for, but it felt good. And then it turned into, now I understand what this is. And from there, I know my body so well, I can masturbate with my legs wide open, no hands, use my muscles, tighten that shit up. And it's all control over my own muscles. Yeah.
You notice I sat up. I'm like, what?
Yeah, so if you don't already own the video, you can go to FeliciaRaw.manyvids.com and you can buy I Can Come Without My Hands. And I can, if that's what you were going to ask. Yes.
Wow. So we are going to watch a video that I prepared for us. It's the gentleman named Wrestling Otaku. He was on episode 51. Look at Joe shake his head. He was on episode 51 of Get My Go. We watched his video about how AEW is the place to be in wrestling. That was our introduction to Wrestling Otaku. But the clip that I wanted to do today, and I wanted to do it specifically with Felicia Rose, it's called 10 Reasons Why Women of Today's Generation Are Trash. Yeah, look at her eyes get real big.
That doesn't.
I can't wait.
Leaves no room for interpretation already. Yeah.
I just want to say before we get going on this that there is no way in hell I'm not going to laugh. So I just want everybody to understand that if I'm laughing, trust me, it's not out of like agreement. It's probably out of shock and awe. So just a heads up.
It's very
because, like,
shocking.
you know, there's some things that are just so ridiculous that it's laughable. It's just so over. You know, that to me sounds like an SNL skit. You know, like or something along those lines where it's like, what?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I cannot wait.
So yeah, this was his original video about women, and he's done several others since then. So it's not just he's not a one-trick pony with this stuff. He hates women, and we will see why.
10 reasons. Oh my god.
Yeah. 10.
It is. It's like David Letterman's top. I hope he has the thing slide. You know.
Hey, you guys better never play the screw and then rip it apart. By the way.
No.
We've been on hiatus, for the record, for any fans out there listening. We've been on hiatus for a few weeks getting stuff together because we also, my co-host and I, mostly my co-host, I do a little bit, but he runs a radio station network that we're actually on now. So there's a lot of work to be done, if you will. So if anybody's waiting for a new episode, we got one coming.
All right, here we go. Right away, you just get a look at this handsome gentleman. That's not his normal look.
I do not pick on looks. I will say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
okay.
You are more than welcome.
Yeah. That's not his normal look. He normally has a full neck beard. He's got the whole thing going on. He looks like the typical wrestling
real basement dweller kind of thing.
Totally.
And I actually kept my neck beard for this episode. Now I'm disappointed that he's so clean shaven.
All right, what is going on, folks? This is the Wrestling Otaku back out here once again, here to bring you some more Wrestling Otaku exclusive content. And this will not be a wrestling video. This will be more of a video of a different sense, something that I have touched on, something that I have talked about, ranted about, and, you know, basically gave my thoughts about, you know, throughout the course of my existence here on YouTube. And that is another topic. Once again, I'll be making another video about women.
Okay. So there he is. What are your thoughts right off the bat? What's the first thing that goes in your mind here?
Okay, so Truth Zone, I've seen one other video before. I think it was probably like the first one that got viral or came out or whatever it was. And so I knew a little bit going in as far as what to expect voice wise and mannerisms and all that stuff. The first thing that comes to my mind is like, is this clickbait? Like, have you just designed a character or caricature of a human that is so over the top that it's like, it's always sunny in Philadelphia bullshit? And the saddest part is that I know that that's not what it is. So like, I'm watching it hoping to like get a chuckle. And then I'm like, this is truly where this is going somewhere and it's not going to be good. And there's unfortunately too many people that like, agree with this.
And
that's my first response.
Before you start back up, Mike, the first video we did, I was pretty sure was outside an elementary school, and it looks here like he might have graduated to a high school campus or maybe a community college. One of the others.
Okay, so like, yeah, now you're looking at all of that shit, and okay, if we're talking about that, it's like, why the fuck are you outside in a public place? Like, are you not allowed to do this at home? Is your mom going to get mad at you? B, is that just like a set of, what's around his neck? Is that a set of headphones just like chilling?
Yeah.
My screen isn't showing it in full, like whatever. But, and also I would love to know the reaction of like, has he ever been to a live event? And if so, how? And how has he not gotten at least like kicked out by the people around him? You know, like those are the things going through my head right now. Like you're wearing an AEW shirt, obviously, you know, you're some kind of mark. You probably go to shows, or do you not? Because you can't, because you'll be fucking kicked out. Like I have like guilty signs from 6 years ago and I have to worry about that kind of shit. So like, what the fuck? You probably have to worry about some kind of like crowd reaction, right? That's all I want.
And like I said, I've been planning on doing this for a while. This is going to be my 10 reasons why women of this generation are trash. Yes, that's right. I've made videos like this before. I did a live stream not too long ago, like I think last month, basically just giving various legitimate points as to why I believe that women of this generation are just trash. They're just difficult. They're just hard to deal with. They're hard to cope with. And again, I'm going to say this again. Not every single woman is like this. There are some good ones out there. And I cannot stress this enough because I have encountered some cool-ass women on here. I've encountered some cool-ass people on here, men and women. I've encountered some cool people on here. Women as well.
Oh my God. Like, first of all, thank you so much for verifying that there is a couple good people out there that are actually of the woman persuasion. You know, like, what? Thank you. Like, we were so goddamn worried, Wrestling Otaku, for your fucking opinion of our ability to exist and not be shitty. Really, bro? Really?
I'm so glad there was a disclaimer, though. Thank God for that.
Yes. Not all women. What?
I love that he's had it planned for a while. Like, this isn't just he didn't get his heart broken and then just lash out on a live stream. He had this planned out. This is premeditated. This strike against women. So
it's like the old saying, it takes a bad apple to spoil the bunch. Well, there are a lot of fucking bad apples out there. A lot of bad apples out there. 95% of those apples are rotten. You just have to find that one good apple. Those one or two good apples.
What the fuck are you talking about? If anybody even gave you a morsel of motherfucking attention, it was out of either A, pity, or B, fear that you were going to come in with a goddamn AK-40 goddamn 7 and shoot up the block. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. No one, first of all, no one has any obligation to be nice or kind to you. And if you come at people with, especially fucking women or whomever you're speaking to, with that attitude, what do you goddamn expect? Do you really expect people to be just like, oh yeah, fuck woman, yeah, pound it, bro? Like, shut the actual fuck up. Anyway, sorry. I hate him so much. And literally, I'm so glad I haven't watched this one yet, because this is an actual visceral response to his existence. And the fact is that it's not a joke, which is so ridiculous to me. Like, this is hyperbole. This is clickbait, right? No, it's not. It's just real.
It's real. And I hope whoever his therapist is has their license revoked, because the advice that they've been given is it's no good. No good. They're probably like, hey, just be yourself.
He goes up and sucks his mother's tit and says, Mommy, the girls have been mean to me. What do I do? And she's like, honey, don't go after those girls. They're sluts and whores. Keep sucking my tit, honey.
So this is 10 reasons why women of this generation are trash. So let's begin. Number 1, they are habitual liars. They lie about quite a bit of shit. I can't tell you how many fucking times I've had women blatantly lie to me, and I've had to catch them on that fucking lies later. I'm very instinctual. I'm very observant. Okay, I observe things. Okay, I pick up on things very quickly. I mean, people think that I'm just this idiot on here. I'm not. Okay, I'm very instinctual. Okay, I actually once not studied, but I actually had plans or dreams, what have you, of even being a detective, because I'm just like, I just notice things. I notice the little things. I pick up on the little details. And things that I notice about women is they lie about a lot of shit. And I tend to pick up on these lies pretty quickly. And when I see it, I call it out. But man, women, they just lie about everything. They lie about fucking everything. They lie about their jobs. They lie about, some of them lie about how they look. You know, catfish, what have you. I mean, some guys like that too, but I'm just saying, women specifically lie about a lot of shit. And one thing that they commonly lie about, and this is something I very commonly notice, they lie about their age. Women lie about their age all the time, especially online. Especially. I got a lot of fucking women online who just blatantly lie about their age. I can use a few examples of things on here on YouTube, you know, but I'm just not going to mention that, But yeah, women lie about a lot of shit. They lie about their age. They lie about how they look. They lie about their job. They lie about what they do. They lie about what they're doing now or at the time, you know, when you message them. They lie about fucking everything.
Yeah, they're not washing their hair, first off, I'll tell you that much. But please do not give this man a badge. Whatever you do not give him a badge and the right to pull people over or enter anyone's homes, for the love of God.
Okay, first of all, I forgot that for a second. Wait, hold on. What was it? He wanted to become or he wanted to study, or he was interested in, or something along those lines. Basically, he fucking Wikipedia'd
Detective.
what it is to be a detective, and now he thinks that he's instinctual.
Yeah.
Is that what we got from it?
Mm-hmm.
Is that bitch, just shut the fuck up. First of all, no one owes you any kind of shred of honesty. Because A, you're a fucking stranger. B, it's nobody's business. C, who gives a shit and a half? And D, who the fuck is lying about their age, and how the fuck did you confirm that? Tell me. And I also love that he continuously says stuff like, some woman, like he'll make like a small like caveat or like addendum to his statement. Like, do you actually believe this? No, this is why I think maybe this is just clickbait that like, and you fed into it a little too far. I don't know. I'm just, there's something about him. I'm like, what? Why do you keep making addendums if you truly feel woman or this?
Another thing, Mike, is that when Felicia asked how would he know what a person's age is? Well, there's certain types of internet creeps that I'm sure you're aware of that will go through the trouble of looking at background reports and even birth certificates and maybe if you have a speeding ticket or two, things like that.
Yeah.
No, that's true. And you know what I say to those people? You are literally 80,000 times worse than a person who lies about their age, because doxing someone or going out of your way to fucking what's the other word?
So what would you say about people that do extensive background checks on other people and then give that information for another person to maybe read it on a live stream somewhere?
You're a piece of shit, but also it depends. What did this person do? Is this, are we talking about like a clapback situation, or are we talking about like doxing someone that meant no harm and is just out there living their life? I feel like you guys were talking about a situation y'all did yourself. So I love you both and I probably would be on y'all's side, but there's a difference, right? There's a difference between someone out there like, I'm 33, I'm living my best life, and she's 36. Who cares? And also, it's not your fucking business,
Mike or myself are not the doxers. It's a reference to somebody else.
Yeah, someone else did that. Okay. Someone we used to be associated with did that to everybody. They researched everybody in our circle, and
I'm a broken person.
Yeah.
Saying women are just habitual liars. Lie constantly. Some of them lie just constantly. And a lot of it is just bullshit. But, so that's number one.
We're still at number
two,
one?
They start conflicts for no reason. I have no idea what the hell it is, but apparently there are a lot of women I've found who just like to start shit for the sake of starting shit. Because that's what they do. They like that. They enjoy the conflicts. They enjoy the drama. I don't understand what it is, per se, but that's just how they are. If you ever watch Jerry Springer, if you ever watch Maury, or if you ever watched any of those daytime talk shows, those daytime TV talk shows like that, where they bring people on, for people who are lying, cheating, pregnancy tests, and then people fighting with each other, girls fighting with each other. Oh, that's my man. Oh no, that's my man. Oh no, he slept with me. He's wanted to be with me. Stupid shit like that. I mean, it's just, and even it doesn't even have to be that. They start conflict for no fucking reason. A lot of them, I don't know.
His reference for real life conflict is Jerry Springer and Maury Povich and whatever else. Those are scripted, my friend.
This is why I don't think this is real.
It is real.
I cannot believe that this is real because it's so ridiculous. Everybody knows that's scripted. Somebody asked me to be on Jerry Springer with them as their fake boyfriend who I cheated on or something like 4 years ago, and I had to say no because I was busy that weekend. What? It's Becky. What?
At the same time.
I love how his only example to kind of, verify this information is Jerry Springer and Maury Povich. Like, first of all, what are you talking about? It's a TV show that's scripted in Stamford, Massachusetts, just like everything else that's scripted there. And also B, C, D, you don't have another example because it's not a thing you've experienced. The only woman that lets you into her life, if this is real and you're not just literally clickbaiting the shit out of everybody, is your mommy that lets you still suck her tit. Like she was like, okay, 4's not too old. 7's not too old. 11's not too. And yes, I'm fucking shaming people that breastfeed past 7 years old because what are you doing? Yeah. This kid is what happens when you do that.
Yeah.
It's like, obviously I'm a guy, so I just don't really know how women think. I that's kind of obvious, but I don't know if it's I don't know if it's just how they are. I don't know if it's just personality. I don't know if it's hormones. I don't know what the hell it is. But a lot of them just start shit for the sake of starting shit.
I love that so much.
Is it hormones?
It's hormones. I like how he actually gives a legitimate reason to say, like, somebody who maybe is irrationally upset, right? Oh, this woman is irrationally upset. It might be hormones. Yeah.
The only thing he was missing, was at the end, or maybe she's on her period. I don't know. One of those things. I don't know nothing about it.
Number 3, superficial as fuck. I swear to God, everything, especially in today's society, I swear to God, they're superficial as hell about everything. They want, if somebody does not fall in line with their beliefs or what they like or what they or what appeals to them, then they don't give a shit. Perfect example, how somebody looks. Perfect example, appearance, looks, so on and so forth. I swear to God, man, I've seen this so many fucking times over the years. I've seen this so many fucking times with women now. It's like they're superficial as hell. If somebody has a different opinion than them, or a difference of opinion than them, or if somebody looks a certain way or acts a certain way, then they don't give a shit. They don't. They automatically judge you just based on how you look. I can't tell you how many fucking times women have done that shit to me. And one thing that I notice about women...
Okay, so no one is judging you based on how you look, honey. It's because of the fucking vitriol coming out of your goddamn trap. Like, absolutely zero people give a fucking shit, women, men, whomever. No one cares about how you look. It's literally that you're a piece of fucking shit, and that's why anybody's rude to you. And maybe they say rude shit about your appearance. I'm not going to fucking go there because I just don't need to. You are doing a bang-up job on your own by using your stupid gums and flapping them.
And one thing that I notice about women, I can literally run into any woman on the street, not say a damn thing to her. I don't know this person or they don't know me. Not even say a damn word to them, haven't done shit to them. And they'll just look at me and instantly fucking judge me just based on how I look. That is the kind of shit I am talking about. That is one of the things that pisses me off the most about women today. Superficial as fuck. Superficial as hell. And once again, they're proud of that shit. And you people vouch for that shit. You guys who sit up here in white night and want to fucking kiss these women, these women's asses because you want to get some. Because you want to get some. I'm sorry, I'm not like that. I refuse to change for anybody.
The only type of people that would say just trying to get some with that kind of anger are the people that aren't having sex. First of all, we all know that. Secondly, this is a huge persecution complex. Like the second you see someone on the street, you know that they fucking hate you. That's not them. That's you.
Yes.
That's you, internally hating yourself. So I'd be interested to find out the age. Because I swear to God, it was a joke early, but it does look like he's on school campuses when he records. I don't know. So maybe he's in a community college, something like that. I don't know. But, we've all had stupid idiot thoughts when we were in our 20s. So I'm not excusing him, but I would be interested to figure out how old he is as well. If he's past 25 and he's still doing this shit, then no sympathy.
You understand? That's just how I am. If you don't like me for me, I don't give a shit. But yeah, that's my number 3. Women are just superficial as hell, and it's very obvious.
What do you mean you don't give a shit? You're sitting here in front of a fucking tripod alone in a fucking community college parking lot telling people how much of a shit you give.
When we did the first video, at the end, as he's cutting, because he's a very professional filmographer, that someone in the background starts to yell at him. What are you doing? Hey, What are you doing over there?
That's amazing. So to me, that says he's in a business like park, one of those like, has a bunch of workplaces around, and they have like some places where you can go out and sit for lunch, like by the trees. Yeah. That's to me what that is. So he's not even at a community college. He's at an industrial
park. He's a trespasser.
Number 4. He's reading it off.
That.
I'm sorry, if you hate something that much, off the top of your head exactly why you fucking hate it. Fuck that shit.
I give it 3 to 5 years before that notebook is entered into evidence somewhere for something.
Number 4, greedy. They are greedy as hell. And this is something that I think just a lot of women today who grew up, with their, I think this is a kind of a thing with a lot of women today. They grew up, when they grow up, when growing up, they were handed everything. They were given everything. They're, daddy's little girls and shit, all these little princesses, what have you, who their parents gave them everything they want. And as a result, they get spoiled, they get stuck up, and they demand everything be handed to them. And then that sort of behavior translates or carries over to when they grow up. When they get into a relationship, and they expect guys to just give them fucking everything just because they say so. That's the fucking bullshit I'm talking about. In a relationship, to me, this is just how I feel. Nobody has to agree with me. This is just how I feel. In a relationship, it should be a 50-50 mutual relationship. Everything should be right down the middle. It should be mutual. The affection should be mutual. The contribution should be mutual. The financial should be mutual. Everything should be mutual. Everything has to be 50-50 for me.
I have so much to say about this, and it sounds like we had either a sister that got to suck the titty longer, or he had his mother who resented her own sister and talked shit about, I'm so glad you don't have a sister. I'm so glad you can suck the titty longer because, honey, baby, bunches of oats, you are my baby boy, and I'm going to enable this behavior forever. Like that's screaming all of that to me. Also, what the fuck does the greed thing? I can't even articulate how much I don't believe this is real because it's so ridiculous. But now I'm like, no, this has to be real. And also, though, why are you stuttering through every sentence if you feel some kind of way about it? I'm very drunk right now, right? I'm not sober. I probably should be stuttering through most of my sentences. I had a stutter when I was young. So like, that's a thing that comes out when I'm either, unsure of my words or a little drunk or whatever. I'm not stuttering at all. Yeah. I understand my thoughts and what I'm about to say, and I'm not trying to poke fun at anybody that has a stutter, but
we would never do that.
Grasping for fucking statements, like he doesn't actually know how he feels. This is him. This is saying like 100 times as filler word. That's what that is to me. It's not even a stutter. It's more like a I don't know what to say. So
like how he keeps it, like when he runs out of a thought, it's just fucking shit. That fucking shit, or there, man, or something like that, where people can't complete a thought.
Right. Like right now, I can't complete a thought because I'm so blah, and it's the same kind of yes.
But the problem with these women today is they want everything handed to them. They're greedy as fuck. They want all the fucking money. They want guys to buy them everything. I made a post on Facebook about this. Some of you might know, for those of you who are friends with me on Facebook, I shared this post on Facebook one of my friends on my timeline had, and I shared that shit because it was just some girl basically, it was just some woman basically saying, oh, the guy needs to pay for everything. If you can't afford to take care of your woman, then you shouldn't be pursuing her. I'm like, get the fuck out of my face with that shit. Get the hell out of here with that shit. That is super fit. That is so fucking, oh my fucking God, man. That is so fucking ridiculous, man. These women literally think that guys just need to do everything for them. I'm sorry. I ain't doing that shit, man. I'm not doing it. Especially if I'm putting forth all the work and you're not doing nothing, I can't do that. I can't. Say about me what you will. I'm not doing that shit.
again, it's so hard to believe this is real because it's like he's trying so hard to think of examples, but that also means to me that he doesn't have examples because he doesn't actually have any real life experience with women. None. He is basing this off of memes, off of other people's stories, off of other people's stand up talking shit about women, you know, some old school like 1999, 2001, oh, women suck kind of shit. That to me is what he's basing this off of, because I don't know many people. I'm a millennial, whatever, but I don't know many people in my age bracket that have any expectation when it comes to dating, when it comes to anything. Like, truly, we show up to the table expecting it to be a 50-50 situation. And if we don't, let me just remind everybody out there that there's a lot that goes into makeup and hair and outfits that your chud ass is never going to fucking spend on yourself to look a certain type of way for a date. And as much as I don't, you know, plenty of people don't do that stuff. Plenty of women, plenty of non-binary, whomever. Plenty of people don't do that stuff to go on a date, sure, but plenty of people do. And so if there is any kind of expectation, I typically feel like it's not really an expectation. It's more like I did all this to make myself look the best I possibly can for you. Maybe on your end, you pay for that first date, or maybe you do something to show appreciation for that thing where you showed up in some motherfucking khakis you didn't wash and a goddamn button-down shirt from Old Navy. Like, I just don't.
I agree with exactly what you said, that it's clearly being spoken about from a place of no experience. I mean, how many dates do you honestly think he's speaking, you know, an experience from where I guess he had to pay? Like, I'm going to say 0.
But when I look at Bailey, I don't look at her for her face or chin or whatever. I look at her and I see that hot ass fucking body she's got. Specifically those thighs, those hips, and that ass. Like, holy shit. Like, every time Bailey's in a match and you see a close-up of her ass, it's like, oh my God, dude, she has got a badonka-donk on her. I'll tell you what, she's got some junk in that goddamn trunk, I'll tell you that.
And maybe it's my old school masculine thought, but I agree that you should pay 100% on the first date, because you just should. I totally agree with that. And if you can't afford to take the date,
then I agree, but I do agree, Joe, and I hate that. I hate that. That's the one piece of me where I'm like, you know, it's a little like, it's not very feminist to me. But no, it's not that. It's that, like, I'm sorry, you're not showing up to the date looking the way that I am.
All right, if you want a relationship with me, you better put forth your own fucking effort.
Wow.
Okay, so let me go into that then real quick. My own fucking effort is the fact that I just shellacked my face. I put on glue around the lid of my eye. What did you do, honey? You washed underneath your balls, if I'm lucky.
If you're lucky.
Get the fuck out of here with that shit. No.
Number 5, and this is a big one for me. This is another big one for me. They cannot stay loyal to one man. I swear to God, especially in this day and age, where you got things like adultery, you got things like
adultery's only in this day and age. It's a new thing.
I swear to God, I thought he said adult tree, and I was like, "Is that a website? What the fuck is adult tree?"
Joe just signed up adulttree.com.
Sleeping with multiple guys, you know, sluts, you know, prostitution, all that kind of stuff. Now you got, nowadays especially, you got women going together. Women getting together with other women, lesbianism, bisexual, all that kind of stuff. You know, you got all this shit out.
All that evil stuff, Felicia.
Oh God.
This is why I don't think this is real. It's just so ridiculous. Bisexuality, woman. First of all, lesbianism and bisexuality and gender fluidity and sexual fluidity and polyamory and all of the shit that we are talking about has been a real thing for a very, very goddamn long time. Just because people are now able to put it in their Twitter profile because people aren't going to fucking light them on fire because of it. Not everywhere, but in most places in the US at least. Doesn't mean that this is a new idea. The lesbian continuum has been a thing forever. And we know that women and attraction to other women and men and attraction to other men is a very real fucking thing, including, like, and not limited to all of the above, but also like, what What point are you proving by talking about women who are attracted to women? These are people you don't have experiences with then. So again, what are you even referencing? You don't make any sense. Like no sense across the board. It just
I'd like to find out how what religion he was raised in, or how, you know what I mean? Like clearly something was implanted early on with him that this is still an issue now, and that he hasn't learned better from or grown out of or whatever.
You know, and like I said before, I'll state this again. I don't have a problem with the LGBT. I don't have a problem with the LGBT community.
Oh, good.
But one thing that I noticed about bisexual women is that they just can't be trusted. They can't be trusted because one minute you think you think you're in a relationship with them, you think that they're loyal to you, you think this, you think that, and then the next minute they're out getting busy with some other woman. You got women on women, want to date other women exclusively. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. There's no loyalty now. There's no loyalty with these women. I'm not just talking about bisexual and that sort of thing. I'm just talking about generally speaking. Generally speaking, you know, and people complain about guys who cheat on their women. And there are some douchebag guys out there who do that shit. There's douchebag guys who, you know, who claim that they're loyal to one woman. You know, the woman does everything for them, you know, takes care of them. Some of these women, honestly, and this is another thing, some of these women do way too fucking much for these douchebag, dirtbag, scumbag guys who ain't worth a damn. Yet they do everything for them. They take care of them and they do all these things for them just to get their affection. These guys don't give a shit. They fucking abuse them, cheat on them, and all that shit. And then the women go out here and talk about, oh, there's no good men in the world. Oh, there's no good men. Oh, my man cheated on me, blah, blah, blah. And they come up with this big fucking sob story. And then they'll go out and they'll find some other guy who's just as fucking bad.
Okay, so I love how he turned this into men also suck. Here's a couple examples. However, the woman is actually the fucking reason that these men suck, and how they act afterward is their fault.
Yep.
What the fuck? You like way to blame the victim like 40 times over. Holy shit.
What about that attack on the LGBTQ and bisexual community?
Everybody's different. I'm not going to talk for everybody, but as a bisexual woman, I'm extremely offended by this because I've done non-monogamy, but monogamy is what I'm doing now. It's what I prefer. It's what I love. And I would never in my goddamn life be like, I need pussy in my face. I mean, I need pussy in his face, but that's it.
Oh, I want a good man. No, you don't want a good man. You don't want a good man. Because if you did, you would get with one.
What?
I mean, number 6, use sex appeal to get what they want. I don't know how many times I've seen this too. Women will dress in provocative clothing. They'll have tight ass fucking jeans on, tight ass fucking skirts on, where you can see like all of their thighs.
Obviously, she's got those thighs and those hips and that ass. You know, that's just prime never plot material. Let me tell you something.
So wear these fucking tight, low cut shirts on with the breasts hanging out and all that shit, and you know they wear all this fancy like revealing, provocative, you know, slutty clothing. And then they complain and bitch and moan about how, oh, these guys are giving me all this attention. I'm sick and tired of all these guys hitting on me. I'm sick and tired of all these perverts hitting on me. Well, look at the way that you're fucking dressed. Look at the shit you're wearing. Why don't you wear something more, I don't know, decent? Stop dressing like a slut and maybe people won't be bothering you.
If I got the chance, just one opportunity, with a woman like Bailey, if I got an opportunity to tap that and you think I wouldn't take advantage of it, you must be out of your damn mind. Are you serious? With those thighs and those hips and that ass and that fucking body? Oh shit, I would be all on that shit. Like, well, here's what I would do.
I stated this opinion on social media and I got attacked by a group of women who I thought, you know, who were friends with me, who were cool, I was cool with at the time. They just fucking attacked me and shit. And it's like, that's just how it is. If you don't want fucking guys bothering you or hitting on you, whatever, stop dressing in such slutty goddamn clothes. Stop dressing in such fucking revealing clothes. It's that simple. It's simple. This is simple stuff.
Right.
My God. Holy shit, man. My God.
This We've talked before about how fun it would be to have some kind of real licensed psychiatrist or psychologist on here to take a look at some of our other subjects. But this guy, really, we need to get a psychiatrist on here to look at some of this and give us the answers. Although I'm pretty sure we all know them. This is very, very deep-seated hatred. And like Felicia said, I'm sure it's to start with mommy, and then it just goes from there. Maybe I'm going to go with a popular sister also, was probably in the mix, and who doesn't deal with him anymore. But these are the people that are walking the streets, folks. These are the people that are out there. So good luck to all of us.
Yeah. It's so scary because honestly, it's so over the top silly that I'm just like, I can't help but laugh. But at the same time, no, there's a huge swath of people out there, men and women, that feel this way. And it's so interesting to me because it's like, how many episodes of SVU can you possibly watch before you realize you're victim blaming and shaming? A woman does not dress for you. A woman dresses for themselves. If they don't want to look a certain way, or if they do want to look a certain way, it's not your business. Their body isn't your business. Their existence isn't your business unless they make it your business. And it's so, and men for that matter too, nobody's existence is your business until they make it your business, and vice versa. And then if it's not welcome, you say no, and then you move on with your life. But the fact of the matter is he's basically saying that girl was raped. Look at what she was wearing. And it's disgusting on a level where at first I thought this was a joke, and I was like, okay, well, these are somewhat stereotypical jokes, but now this isn't funny. Like, this is truly harmful for however many millions of people are going to watch this. There's at least going to be, a percentage, 5%, 1%, whatever, of people that are going to agree with you and or take on your thought process because they respect or believe or love you as a fan. And the fact is that you are being extremely irresponsible with just people's bodies and existence in general by saying these words. You're basically saying a woman is asking for it if she is dressed a certain way. And then you go on to kind of like short circuit because you're like, you clearly thought of one specific woman or whatever that was dressed as some type of way and you hit on or whatever. And she was like, I'm all set. Just because my butt cheeks are out doesn't mean I want them to be out for you.
I could be laying down like this or like bending down on it like this, like on a couch or something or on a chair, and she would be all up on my shit. She would be like right here, and she would be grinding on my shit, all up on this dick. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things I would be doing.
I just don't understand why people think that if you do X, it leads to Y, and that's that. And you deserve it, and move on with your life. Get over it. It's extremely rapey, sociopath fucking thought process. And honestly, at this point, I'm no longer even fucking entertained by this guy. Like, I'm not joking. I'm not laughing. I'm like truly upset and offended. Because, like, again, this is, even if it were a hyperbolic, over the top satire thing that you're doing, no. Like, now you're officially getting the masses to be like, well, I can see her clam box. I can see her thighs. Remember, he said thighs. God forbid you see thighs.
Obviously, she's got those thighs and those hips.
Now I need to actually jerk off on her hand in the subway. Like, that's what you just fucking did. You enabled 10% of your fucking viewers to do something disgusting, and you should go to fucking jail for that. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. And your fucking mother that you fucking wrote in on.
We've actually questioned how he has not been deplatformed for some of these, which, I mean, you really just broke that down. So, but I hope for that woman's sake, he wasn't just focusing on one woman when he said that, because you know who always was focused on one woman? I'm waiting for somebody to say who.
Ted Bundy.
Yes, Ted Bundy. How did you know that?
True.
Number 7,
now that I think
equal rights.
Oh, no.
This is another one. You always talk about equal rights for women. Oh, we want equal, we want equal, we want to be treated as equals. We want equal pay. We want equal this, equal that. Women's equality, women's empowerment, and all those kind of movements out. The Me Too movement, the Speaking Out movement. There's all this stuff about women's equality today. And I, for one, am just fine with women being treated like equals. in the workplace or wherever. You know, they should have an equal opportunity to get employment, to get promotions and stuff. They should have just as much opportunities to do that as men do, as guys do. I believe that. I'm a firm believer.
See, he's not such a bad guy, Felicia.
Dude, it's going to turn. You know it's going to turn.
I have no problem with equal rights for women. But then what these women will do is they'll, when it comes to men, when it comes to their interaction with men, again, going back to my previous point about them being greedy and wanting everything, they want everything handed to them. They want the guy to do everything. They want the guy to pay for everything. What happened to equal rights? What happened to be treated as an equal? You know, you got women in sports and combat sports, women wanting to fight men and stuff like that, and then
we literally want to be left alone by fucking creeps by you. Period. Point. Motherfucking blank. The end. Go on.
You know, if they get hurt or something, they blame the guy's the douchebag. He beat up a woman. He's a douchebag. Well, you're the one who wanted to get in the fucking ring with him. You're the one who wanted to fight the guy.
What's he talking about?
Has there ever been an MMA fight between a man and a woman? I don't think that. I don't know what he's talking about. The woman who complained that she got beat up in the cage. What?
So if you can't, if you get hurt as a result, well, that's on you. I'm sorry to sound like a prick, but it is what it is. You want equal rights, you want to be treated as an equal, then you should expect to get treated as an equal. Okay? You can't have it both ways. You can't want equal rights and then want everything handed to you. It doesn't work like that. If you want to be treated as an equal, you need to accept the consequences of that. You need to accept the conditions of that. So that's my thing.
Ugh.
This is just so laden in misogyny, and I don't want to entertain it, but for the record, there are plenty of people on all sides of the coin that do not want to work for what they're given. And that has nothing to do with being a woman or a man or anything. It just is the way it is. There are plenty of humans that were raised by shitbag moms and dads or whatever that want to sit on their fucking ass and do nothing for what they were given. It has nothing to do with what you're talking about. You're a piece of fucking shit. The end.
I think if you said you like cliche stuff, I think a cliche would be he's saying that the people that want to have their cake and eat it too. But what's really most important to him is that nobody eats his cake.
Number 8, they use sex as a weapon. What I mean by this is, especially if they're in a relationship with somebody, if they don't get their way, or if the guy does something they don't like or whatever, then they'll withhold doing little things for them, like, in a sexual way.
That's called being turned off. You shitbag, scumbag, fuckbag, fuckwad. If somebody is turned off by a human, they don't want to put out.
Give them the cold shoulder, shit like that. And they do this with men that they're not with as well. Like, they'll try to say, oh, if you do this, I'll have sex with you. Or if you don't do this, then I won't have sex with you. Just stupid shit like that. Just, again, using sex appeal, using their appeal.
You wish somebody was exchanging anything for sex with you. You wish. Prostitutes probably, first of all, that's not even the word. What? Now I'm using your terms. Sex workers would not even fucking enter into a contract with you because you are literally the antithesis of safety, and nobody would want to be in your presence, period.
And people talk about, the word and everything people make fun of now is, the incels or whatever, the incel community. And this guy right now is a prime example of what people think of when they think of the dangers of the incel community. It's this guy.
Yeah.
They're women. They can get away with that shit. Because obviously, guys, again, some guys are just gullible like that. I'm sorry to put some guys down like that, but it is what it is. I'm just calling it out. There's, guys out here who white knight, who want to do everything for these fucking women, and they'll just use them and play them and manipulate them and not give a shit. And that's the problem. And you want to award them, you want to reward them for that behavior. You want to justify that behavior. You justify that. Seriously, you guys justify that shit. To me, there's no justification. There's no justification for that. If you're gonna do shit like that, I'm gonna call it out. I don't give a shit what you call me. Okay? I'm gonna call that shit out. That shit aggravates the fuck out of me, man. Using sex as a weapon because they know they can get away with it. Because obviously there are a lot more guys out here. So women have it easy in regards to that, in regards to relationships, in regards to sex. Women have it easy because there are a lot of guys out here who would just fuck with any woman. There's not a whole lot that we require.
Yeah, you're right. Women aren't. What is it? The number 2 cause of death by women is at the hands of a man. You're right. We have it so easy.
Dude, if I had an open window and I heard this insane rambling coming from anywhere near my home or work or anything, like I would call 911. I would say, dude, bring a team. Like this guy needs more than just a couple of responding officers. He's going to need a lot. And a big
I thought you were going to jump out that said window. I would have, honestly.
Just poke your head out and go, shut the fuck up.
Be a moderately looking woman, and you can still get a lot of guys who want to fuck you and all that. But if you're a guy like me, if you're a guy like, just an average looking guy or a guy who doesn't have...
He's calling himself average looking.
Or a piece of shit.
Moderately good looking is the term that I focused on. Moderately good looking like me?
whole lot going for him looks wise, you don't get shit. But these women have it easy in that regard. They have it easy. And that's one thing I fucking hate, when they use sex as a weapon like that. So that's my number 8, I'm sorry.
Fucking believable. You know who made videos like this? The Santa Barbara campus shooter. I mean, it's almost the exact same thing. So
that's why, honestly, this is either satire or he's a socio and he's going to kill people. Mm-hmm. And I hope he never figures out where I live, because I will be first or second on the list, clearly.
Number 9, I've already covered this, but number 9, they want men to do everything. They want men to pay for everything. They want men to do all the fucking work, put all the fucking effort in a relationship, and they don't want to put forth any work themselves. This is the thing that fucking...
What he's saying is he really doesn't have a top 10 list because he's repeating number 2 or whatever it is. So he couldn't even get to 10.
Yeah, he's repeated himself a few times now, I've noticed. Yeah.
Irritates me more than anything else, or one of the things that irritates me more than anything else about women of this generation. They don't want to put the work in themselves. And then, of course, you got these independent women who work their own jobs, who make their own money, and all that kind of shit. And those women are already taken. Those women are in relationships. They're married or whatever. And like I said, there's a very, very, very small percentage of women who are like that, who are independent, who don't need a man, who just... work their own money, who have their own jobs, they have their own houses, have their own cars, a lot of which are basically given to them by their parents and stuff. But some women do work for it, though.
This guy knows everybody and everybody's story, isn't that? That must be amazing.
I love that so much. And there's women out there that work for their own stuff that was handed to them by their parents.
Mm.
I don't understand. Pick a side of the coin you're going to sit on. It doesn't make any sense. Like, nothing he's actually saying is cohesive, and it's all disjointed and makes no sense. I don't really understand where he truly lives on his opinions, because it's either ridiculously offensive or it's just like, okay, you're almost at the point where you make sense, but no.
It looks like, or it sounds like he just found a shit incel message board and he's just regurgitating whatever he read,
Yeah, and he's confused, exactly.
Yeah. And since he's making so many assumptions, I think I would assume that if he's at school here, his parents are probably paying for it. I would assume that his parents probably bought that hat and that shirt as well. So I'm just going to say I don't assume that he's independently wealthy. That's just, my crazy assumption.
And they make their own money and all that shit. And those women are either by themselves, they don't want a relationship, or they're with somebody, or they're married. And again, all the good ones are fucking taken. And all that's left is these prissy, stuck-up, trash women who don't want to do anything for themselves. That's all that's left. And I absolutely refuse to be with somebody like that. I absolutely refuse. I don't care what you say. I absolutely refuse to be with somebody like that. That's one of the biggest reasons why I'm still single right now, because I refuse to be with somebody like that.
That's definitely why you're single, honey.
Line of the show, Mike. Could be a title. The grand finale, number 10.
We're at the closer. We made it this far. Here we go. Are you ready, Felicia?
No.
Number 10, finally, they are bipolar and will turn on you in a heartbeat.
Ooh.
Again, going back to no loyalty. Again, going back to, just this is how women are. They like to start conflict. They like to start. There's no loyalty. They just, again, I don't know if it's the hormones or if this is just how they are as people. You just can't trust a lot of them. You just can't trust a lot of them because they'll turn on you in a heartbeat. I know a lot of women who I was friends with on Facebook seemed like they were nice. They were talkative. I had multiple women who I would be friends with on Facebook over the years, and they would talk to me and interact with me, and they seemed like they were genuinely interested, like they were genuine friends. And then they'll turn around in a week or a month or a year or whatever, and they'll just fucking, oh, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to do this. I don't want to talk to you. Stop talking to me. Stop trying to talk to me. And then they'll fucking block you or whatever. And I've seen that shit I don't know how many fucking times. I don't know how many fucking times I've seen that.
He's seen it or he's experienced it.
They're like snakes. They're like snakes with long hair.
But what led up to that? If you're just friendly and interacting with somebody online, and then all of a sudden you don't want to interact, and you're all set, like you did something then, right?
Maybe he posted a video called "The 10 Reasons That Women Today Are All Trash."
Yeah, exactly. Maybe you said some misogynistic shit, or you shared a meme that clearly you based this video off of, or you did something that made the person uncomfortable. Doesn't matter if it's a fucking woman or not. You made somebody uncomfortable enough to separate from your existence. You're at fault, not them. Stop fucking victim blaming and stop projecting onto everybody else. Literally turn around in that goddamn reflection of the backside of the industrial park that you're fucking filming at in, Pensacola, whatever, and talk to yourself, because honestly, honey bunches, this is a you problem. It's not a anybody else problem, aside from the mom that hasn't taken you off yet. That's the only issue. Like you or whatever, you have somebody in your corner that is validating your thoughts, and you're a fucking piece of shit. So you need to go back and talk to that person, go to therapy, and really look at yourself, because this is a you thing. This is not an anybody else thing.
Countless fucking times. Countless. Bipolar, they'll turn on you in a heartbeat. They cannot be trusted. And this is not me fucking just being, he's just a virgin. Oh, he's just triggered. He's just mad because he can't get with it. No, this has nothing to do with that. These are observations that I have over time.
For the record, I don't think I maybe a couple times I shamed you a little bit, but no one's shaming your sexual prowess or lack thereof, honestly. Everybody is shaming your thoughts, and your thoughts are what create your lack thereof.
It says, with women like this, I'm speaking on personal experience. I'm not making this shit up. I'm not just pulling the shit out of my ass. These are things that I actually experienced myself. So that's just my thing, man. Those are all my reasons, and these are all reasons. These are all legit, valid reasons as to why I believe that women of this generation are just trash and they're no good. A lot of them are just no good. They ain't worth a damn. They're not worth a damn. Not worth the fucking penny or the quarter or the dime that I have in my pocket right here. I wouldn't give them not a single ounce of attention. None of them. A lot of them, I should say. A lot of them. So, anyway, that's my list. 10 reasons why I think women of this generation are trash. So go ahead and give me your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think. Be sure to like this video. And be sure to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I got some good wrestling stuff coming up a little later. But anyway, that's all I want to say for this, man. So thanks for watching. Once again, until next time, Wrestling Otaku, and I'm out, guys. See you all later.
His his bus definitely arrived. I mean, I could hear that coming in the background. Secondly, that's a lot of change to have for the snack machine. I know we weren't personal appearance shaming. I had to get at least 2 in there. So the change.
You can shame all you want. That's the first thing. I'm not going to, because I have better things to shame him for. It's totally fine.
When I heard the change, the first thing I thought was like Snickers bar, But
wait, what was that last thing he said? I can't even remember.
Women are bipolar and can't be trusted, which was all just an extension of number 3 anyway. So really, he had eight things based on no semblance of reality, and Yeah, I can't understand how the channel exists. And Mike, you said that's not the only one that's like that.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of different clapbacks and replies and addendums. Yeah, this is the theme that he's really gone with.
I'll say he does do the addendum thing to the point where I just truly don't even, like he'll be like, not all woman, but most woman, or in my experience, but there's a couple good people. It's like, I don't believe you, or there's like one or two people out there that you're truly trying not to offend. So you're trying to make sure you put those addendums in so that they still like potentially fuck you. It's super fucking pointed and strange. And it just makes me think you're a sociopath that was given a goddamn YouTube that shouldn't have. And we will absolutely see you murdering some people in the future, whether it's like men who got to fuck the people that you wanted to fuck, or women who said no. Or maybe me, whatever. But like, this will be funny on 2020 when it actually happens. But truly, I really do think that there's something missing, and or this is satire. So like, if it's the fucking former, you should go to therapy for sure, dude. Like, no joke. I'm not just poking fun at you at this point. You need to go to actual therapy, and you need to relearn habits and positive behaviors and all of these like thoughts, because it sounds like you really want to grasp onto the fact that there's like good humans out there, but you can't fathom it. You need to go to therapy, really.
Yeah. Can you imagine his parents book him to a therapist, because of course his parents would have to do it, and the poor woman therapist that he goes to see? That rule number one should be, go see a man therapist.
Yes,
don't go torture some woman. Therapist. No, do not do that. Do not torture the poor woman.
Because you will she'll be the first to take the AK-47, honestly. And no, don't do that to another woman. Go see a man therapist that focuses on, feminism and changing your thoughts and whatever, because you are extremely toxic in a way that like, every time you spoke, I truly didn't believe it, because it was that over the top. So you need to get some help, honey.
It's funny that you mention and you believe that this may be a work, it may be a character. You can't really believe that this guy is for real. We have the same reaction from the targets of our first season. It's these two guys that, people were like, no, they can't be that dumb. They can't really be saying that.
And anything with Stone Cold Steve Austin in, what?
These guys are putting on a it's a big long joke, right? No, there are really people out there like this,
Yeah.
Right. But that's the thing, is like the loudest people in the room are often the ones that need the help the most. It's true. It's like a cry for help. That's how I feel.
I couldn't have said it any better. You've summed it up perfectly. That makes a lot of sense. And how horrified are you right now that there are
It's weird.
There's probably many people like him running around this country.
There's so many, and I only hear glimpses and pieces of that, but it's so like to hear it all in one condensed top 10 list with this not funny accent, I shouldn't say that, but like with this accent that I almost feel like is a caricature, and like, it's just, there's a lot going on that makes me be like, this is definitely satire, right? Yeah. No, this is not an episode of Reno 911. Like, this dude is real. People really feel this way, and we need to really work on identifying it and calling it out as what it is. It's, you need help.
Yep.
You do. Anybody that has that much hate or vitriol for somebody in general, for a huge swath of the fucking human race in general, you need help, because that is some sort of ism that needs to be corrected in your goddamn brain. Sexism, whatever it is. You have a problem. You clearly have biphobia going on. You have misogyny. There's a lot going on inside of you. You need to fix. So that's all.
Well, I got to bounce, so I don't even need to do my plugs. Mike knows them by heart.
Yeah, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try and do it. Okay. Yes.
Raven Effect Monday.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, Felicia.
All
right. See you guys.
All right. You can catch Joe Mondays on the Raven Effect. Tuesday, Keeping It 100 rehash. What else does he do?
I got you, Joe. Oops.
Keeping It 100. It's supposed to come out Thursday night, but now it's coming out Friday mornings because they adjusted their schedule. JF Feeney 3RD on Twitter. the CC Network 1 on Twitter. And that's it for Joe. At Mike Durband on Twitter. At Get My Go Show on Twitter. YouTube.com/GetMyGo. YouTube.com/Mike Durband. And Felicia, please tell us where we can find all of your shows. You have 2 t-shirt stores, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
Well, I have one t-shirt store through Rolling Elbow, which is for my legal fees.
Yes.
I'm being sued.
How's that going by the way?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm still in limbo, so I can't really talk too much about it, but I'm being sued because of the speaking out movement. I came out with my story and I'm being sued for defamation and conspiracy or whatever. I don't know. But it's kind of Googleable, so have fun with that. But I do have Rolling Elbow store because of that the money goes to all of my legal fees. Basically anything that you support for me right now goes to my legal fees. I have onlyfans.com/Felicia Rose. I have FeliciaRaw.manyvids.com if you want to see me naked. I also have an Etsy, which is Felicia Rose Raw. Like I said, a Rolling Elbow store. And you can see me at the upcoming shows, Pro Wrestling After Dark this Friday in Atlantic City at the Tennessee Hall. And then you'll see me at some other stuff coming up as well, which I will advertise. But you can find me on Twitter at Felicia Rose or Felicia Rose Raw if you want to see me naked, and at People's Tramp on Instagram. Holy shit, that was a lot. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Well, Felicia, this was well worth the wait. We're so glad that we can finally have you on. This went exactly as I hoped it would. I knew you would bring humor, and then I knew you were going to get enraged by it too. So this worked out perfectly. So thank you very much, Felicia.
You're very welcome. I'm glad y'all were patient with me. I'm sorry my schedule is insane. So
give one final word to Wrestling Otaku.
Okay. Wrestling Otaku, this is Felicia Rose, aka the People's Tramp, aka your favorite sex worker that you love to hate while you masturbate. And I think that you need to get some help. And when you do get some help, come back and update us, because I truly think that some people might be worried about you and worried about your following. So get some help and come back and let us know how it went.
When it comes to a woman, when it comes to that sort of thing, the woman needs to be on top. There might be occasions while I'll be on top, I'll be doing the hump or whatever. She needs to be on top for me, okay? Because obviously you see how big I am. If I get on top, then I might fucking crush somebody. So she needs to be on top, okay? And for all you women out there, if you're hoping to get with the Wrestling Otaku, if you're hoping to do that with the Wrestling Otaku, you better be ready to do some work, bitch. You better be ready to do some work in that bedroom. I'll tell you that right now.